Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to part 2 of our little preview, well, should I say first look video at the Skyward Simulations DA50. Now, if you watched part 1 and you got all the way to the end of it, I thank you. Today, though, part 2, we are going to be actually making things a little more interesting because we're actually going to fly the aircraft. Bearing in mind, I've only flown this aircraft even once. Currently, we're sitting in my usual place at RAF Waddington. We're sat next to an archaic Cessna 152, I do believe, yes. So there's the past and we're in the future, because I do believe this aircraft has only just really come onto the market in at least the last couple, maybe 3 years. So let's talking more flying. So I don't have a checklist for this aircraft, but I am going to try and fly it semi-realistically. We'll see how that goes. So batteries coming on. Set up the screen. Of course, I've got a G1000 unit sat in front of me now, so I can press all the buttons on that. So that's set. Positional lights are set on. Parking brake is set on. Just got to work out where everything is. Flaps are currently set down. Oops, TrackIR is having a little hissy fit. Right, don't need de-ice. Alternators are set on. We shall turn the AV master on when the engine is on. Didn't want to click that either. Those are the warnings. ELT is set, lights are set, instrument lighting not needed, flood lighting not needed. I'll zoom that in a little bit, even though I know which way I'm going. So the warnings are correct. We'll put the warning thing on here, menu on, just in case we do get anything that's different. Not going to be setting the autopilot. Fuel is set, trim is set, throttle is set, cowl flaps can't be reached. Mentioned that in the first part of this video. The click spot's a little bit iffy. So yes, I do believe we are very nearly ready to start. Let's see if I can get that set up properly. So magnetos set to on. Well, not magnetos, but message has gone out. Clip up. We'll shut that to make that a little bit more quieter. Just want to check the audio. Hoping that the audio is alright. We'll actually drop that down a little bit because it is quite noisy. Right, so that is off. AV's coming on. We'll turn the Pt2 on at the runway. We'll let the communications load up. Communications are on, warnings are accepted, transponder, Spoken 1200, CDI is set for GPS, we're not going to need that. We'll just leave that on to remind me that I need to put that onto alt when, or reporting altitude when I get to the runway. Flaps coming up. Flaps up left, flaps up right. Let's have a look at the T's and P's. Okay, oil temperature is just about to go into the green, oil pressure's in the green, coolant temperatures coming up, gearbox is in the green, so that's good, volts are good, fuel quantity is good, and checked. So we're going to be departing runway 20, which is back that way. So back up the taxiway. This will be a flapless takeoff because we don't need that at Waddington's runway. Departure will take us out back towards Lincoln. We're going to make this a fairly quick flight. It'll just give you an idea of what this aircraft is like to fly. So let's do a control check. Rudder. Don't think you can, or you can just about see. So, coming off parking brake, we're clear on the left, clear on the right. Rudder test. The steering. Brakes. Brakes checked. I really do like the sounds of this aircraft. It's a different kind of sound. Haven't heard one in real, but I do believe I said it's a turbo diesel engine. Developing around 300 horsepower, I believe. So we'll run out to our usual spot on the taxiway, park ourselves with our back end not where the taxiway is, and we'll do our run-up test up there. All our T's and P's are in the green, so that's good. Parking brake is set. So, just final check on the T's and P's, all in the green. So, just like the DA42, we have to do a run-up test. Now, this run-up test doesn't sound... We're running again at about 670 RPM. It's only going to go about 800 or so on the RPM, so I don't know if that's accurate to the DA50, but it does sound a little bit weaker, shall we say, than the DA42. So anyway, again, just pressing the test button. Okay, a little over 1,000. Engine runs down. Keeping the mouse button pressed, and it will do a second test. So it's a very quick test that you do. And it tests the ECU, the normal, and the, in this case, the Bravo ECU. So we'll have the Pt2 heat on, and the warning light will come back on again. That's perfectly normal. There we go. And we shall set now to reporting altitude. Go back, clear that. That's perfectly normal. Landing lights, taxi lights coming on, strobe lights coming on, flaps are up, we're doing a flapless takeoff. So, takeoff brief will be departing runway 20. Took the flaps up, took the gear up. maintain a steady climb out. We'll be doing a right-hand circuit, heading back out towards Lincoln, and we'll stay out over that area, probably around about the 2,000 feet by the top, well, the heights of about 2,000 feet. And then we'll make our approach back into RF Waddington, runway 20. So, lights are checked. That's all checked. Trim is set. Flaps are up. Park and brake off. Let's go. Let's pull that out. Does take quite a bit of throttle to get the aircraft to roll. So we are clear on approach. Right, we're checked and we're ready. There's 50, 60, 70, just 480 knots, nose up, and the rest comes up. Tap the brakes, gear coming up. Just holding about 118 knots. Taxi lights and landing lights are off. Clear to start our turn to right. Sticking about a 5-degree nose up. We throttle back just a little bit to take ourselves out of the red line for the RPM. Always good practice if you are flying circuit practice to keep an eye on where your airport or airbase is. We've throttled back now to about 50%, just a little bit more than 50%. Maintaining 120, slight increase. 1,300 feet. No autopilot controls. Won't need them for this circuit. Currently sitting about 1920 on the RPM. So T's and P's are all in the green. Fuel is good. This aircraft is a very, very smooth aircraft to fly. Like I say, very fast. Definitely made to cruise over countries. Over Europe, through the States. Capable in real life of high altitudes, about 20,000 feet at 180 knots. This is a pressurised aircraft, obviously not something we need to worry about too much in the flight simulator, but in real, it's fully pressurised. And considering this only really has one issue, and that being the sun visors up there, it's not a bad aircraft, I do like it. A great aircraft to practice your long distance flying. Like I say, the visibility is a little bit restricted with the way the door shuts, but it's perfectly manageable when you're in the air. Good side views. Obviously you don't need to really look at the rear, but you have got a nice mirror window there. We are going to be landing back on runway 20. It's just passing Warrington's about 4 o'clock now to us. So we'll get ready for landing. So landing lights are on, all the lights are on, don't need the taxi lights just yet. Pitot heat is set. So we'll start our turning now. Flaps down to 1 stage. You'll just see the Lincoln Cathedral there, and we're going to pass behind it and set ourselves up for an approach to runway 20. certainly quite hazy today in the sim. Can't quite see where the airfield is, but it should be to our 2 o'clock stroke 3 o'clock. Let's start our little turn into finals. Gear set down. Gear travelling. 3 greens. So I just see the runway lights flashing ahead. Just about to our 1 o'clock, so I'll keep at this angle before turning onto finals. Always retrimming the aircraft out. Maintaining about 100 knots. So, flaps are approached, landing lights are on, engine set, gear is down, 3 green. We're not going to use landing flaps here, we are plenty long enough runway. Just a little bit off centre line, but plenty of time to correct that. Torpedo warning light has come on, that's perfectly normal. I'm going to start stamping on the brakes. I want to make the taxiway. So, landing lights coming off, taxi lights coming on, strobe lights are off, flaps are retracted and confirmed. We'll turn the Pt2 heat off now, we don't need that. So there we go. in conclusion for this aircraft, is it worth the money? I think it actually is. I think it is really, really nice. If you like diamond aircraft, I know some people don't, I think it is definitely worth some space in your virtual hangar. With the fact that it's capable of flying up to 20,000 feet at 180 knots, this thing is quite fast. Fully equipped with a G1000 NXI navigation and avionics suite, it's very effective. If you've flown G1000 equipped aircraft before, you'll be right at home with this aircraft. I will probably do a little video showing off how to do various different flights, how to program flights, all that sort of stuff. In fact, probably the next flight we'll be flying more with the G1000, a little bit out of the circuit work. But it handles right, it sounds good. The only issue is the sun visors so far that I've found, which is, you know, I don't need the sun visors, they're not that important. So yeah, I think this aircraft definitely gets a pass. It's a really, really good aircraft. So we shall have taxi lights all set off. Okay. Master switch is off. And AV off. I really wish it wouldn't do that, but hey ho. Batteries now off. Lights are off. Off, 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 off. Just checking, leaving the alternators on. And we shall... So I always think that should be set to off anyway. So yes, there we are. Skyward Simulations DA50. A very worthwhile aircraft for anyone who likes general aviation aircraft. Definitely gets a pass from me. So we will be featuring this aircraft in future content. Who knows, I may even fly it down to Oxford Airport, where our DA42 is currently based. Yes, that aircraft is coming back to the channel. I will be creating more content. I probably should have created more content around it previously, but, you know, warbirds. So yeah, if you've got any questions or comments about this aircraft, please bang them below. This aircraft is available on Orbex Direct, I think it is, orbex.com. I'll put a link in the description below. So yes, I hope you like this aircraft, and I will see you guys and girls in a future Flight Simulator video very, very soon.